Is it just me, or does everyone use the Hamilton soundtrack to get pumped up before big show? It's just me. Okay, then. I know Matthew Mosley is a Hamilton fan. Hey, y'all, salutations, kindred spirits. If you're looking for a magic show, you've come to the right place. It's Wednesday, it's 4 o'clock. And that's what I'm doing today. Little magic show. Hold on a second. I feel like I'm short up in the highs. Okay, how am I looking here? Sounds okay? Video's okay? You know, I thought it'd be fun. And hey, the guys in the chat, I see y'all. I always like to see y'all pre-stream hanging out beforehand. Thanks for being there, letting me know I'm not going to be streaming to the void. Gary's here. Gary, I got a trick for you today. I mean, it's for everybody, but it's requested by you. We're going to do it. I thought it might be fun to take a look back. And as I do this thing today, it's kind of the end of a series is what today is. All summer, 4 o'clock. I did 3 months of 4 o'clock Wednesdays. And I thought we could take I thought we could take a look back at like how things could be with a little work, you know. And then as I started this process, oh man, this is hard to watch is what this is. August. So I think by hitting that button, that means that we are live on the internet. Greetings and salutations. So look what we've done. A little hard work, elbow grease, care, love, and attention. And we now are producing something that we're not embarrassed to share on the internet, although we still make mistakes. All right, a couple more orders of business before I get to the topics at hand, magic tricks. I always like to say hi to the new members who've opted to join me on the platforms. I have a little membership skit I run on the YouTube. We do some advanced teaching over there. Ira. No one says Ira. Ira, you found the membership. Ira was looking. Wayne, E52 Van, welcome to my magic party. Evan Driggs, how you doing? And hey, they're going to send a congratulations to Jesse Champlin. He's our latest prize winner. Yep, E1, Bill Tarr, easy to do magic tricks. We're going to ship this to you. And just because we know you love things and care, you're getting a weapons deck as well. One of our favorite variety gaff packs. Throwing in a couple of bikes for you. That way you got some cards that'll match the gaff deck. And look what we got in yesterday. Our new die cut Peace Pip card stickers. So that'll be in your package as well. Congrats, Jesse Champlin. And if you guys do watch, keep a watch on my, I'll finish this later. If you keep a watch on my, it's the community tab that I'm looking to talk about here. This is where you'll find out about giveaways and such. I'm not going to dwell on the process. We're going to move on to the magic tricks. Why not? Yeah, I'm here. I'm all about the magic today. I got a brand new trick. I'm not supposed to do it. It's brand new, right? But hey, I'm doing it. I am not a role model. So children, stay in school. This could happen to you. Look at the production value. I didn't have this a year ago. I mean, it's a paper bag of magic, but this for me is many things. And when I was a kid, I used to carry this to school because I like to get attention. You know, I'm just one of those guys. This feels like it could be a little high. I guess before, no pun intended, I guess before we do this, there's no trap doors, hidden wires, two-way mirrors, small people inside. It's just a paper bag, but what's in? Oh yeah, there is something in here. My straw. Yeah, this is my, whoa. This is my straw. This is the trick I used to do at lunch. And this could have used about 3 hours of practice before I demonstrated it live on the internet. But nothing else. Now it's a tax write-off, the 4-foot appearing straw. Fortunately, I also did bring some cards so we can get to the good stuff. Let me lower. Matthew Horowitz is a fun hater. It's a shower tube. It's a fake plastic bag. It's all those things, and no one cares. It's fun, hopefully. That's all we care about. All right, tell you what. You want the work? You want the Fuller Duelers? You want the hocus pocus. I'm bringing it here with the prestidigitation, the pasteboard manipulation requested by Gary, and Gary provided the cards also. Hey, we're rocking the Richard Turner gold seals. Thank you, my friend. Gary asked me about the McDonald's Aces a week or two ago, and I've been thinking about it a little bit. I used to do this trick. It was in my repertoire, but it's not that anymore. So I had to kind of create a version that I thought might be worth demonstrating. Now, oops, probably flashing now. To do the McDonald's Aces, you need the aces. So we're going to get those out for you in a dramatic and hopefully entertaining fashion. This will be your leader ace, as they call it, the ace of spades. Number 2, come out and dance. What? The ace of diamonds. As I do these productions, I'll ask you to hold the applause at home. Perfect. I feel like my tripod's hitting my table. Let me bump you guys back a little bit. All right, this next one's tricky for this production, but I'm going for it. Boom, off the bottom, ace number 3, the ace of hearts. And here's the nice addition to what I think is this routine. I cut 25 off the top, which will give me the 26th card. And now we're ready to go into the McDonald's Ace Assembly. Now, I understand a lot of students might not be familiar with this piece of magic, so I'll explain it as I go. We're going to put some indifferent cards. Yes, indifferent cards, cards that just don't care, atop each of the aces. So the leader ace, the ace of spades, gets 3. In fact, all of the aces get 3. And we could spend all day showing the cards if you like. Maybe I'll show them as I go. And now we have just a few cards to keep track of. Did you see this one when it jumped? No one's sure when it left. I mean, I might know, but it doesn't appear to be here anymore. Oh, the joke's on me. I forgot to do some special preparation. Let's find out together. That's the first one. Gone like a will-o'-the-wisp. Now, when I say gone, I don't really mean gone. What happens is a transition or a transposition. So watch the ace of hearts here. Watch the ace of hearts. So the ace doesn't actually vanish. It exchanges with another card, in this case, the 4 of spades. So now it's not here or here or here or here. It follows the leader because that's the plot of the McDonald's Aces. That's what we're doing. All right, let's do this one under test conditions, and I'll give you a bullseye to focus on here for the ace of diamonds as I reverse it. Let's place it third from the top. Third from the top. So keep your eye on the ace of diamonds, and it is third, 1, 2, 3 from the top. Ready or not, I'm rooting for you. Now there's the 2 of spades, which was the card here. That means the ace isn't here anymore. And that's my current and maybe my last and only handling of the McDonald's Aces. I'll do a little applause cue. Maybe you can hit the like button. And that's your opening, I guess. No, technically the straw, because we had to get our tax write-off in. But that is the McDonald's Aces. Hope you liked it. Osama S.A. with the super sticker. Thank you for sharing some of your wealth with me. Always appreciated. Hold on a second, as my view has gone wonky. There we go. Oh, they like it. They really like it. I'll tell you what the best version is. The best version is John Rockerbomber's version. I didn't have the gumption to relearn it, but it's OLRAM Aces. John published this in a few places. You can go look up OLRAM Aces if you have a inclination to learn the best version. Oh, why am I still? Thank you for that applause, Nathan. All right, here's one I posted on Shorts this week, but I wanted to take the time to do it in a little slower fashion and maybe give some students a chance to appreciate some of the details of this particular piece. Di Vernon card tricks. Who says I don't? Here, I'll do Triumph for you. We'll do this. Di Vernon card trick. This is my current version of Triumph. Now, Triumph is generally a pick a card trick. You know, you would pick one, and I would find it through the shuffle. I'm going to use a target card instead. Hey, Jason Y, what's happening? Thank you very much. So what do we got here? We'll use the Queen of Clubs. This will be your target card today as we thank the patron of the arts. Thank you, Jason. So, Triumph, here's the thing. If you don't know Triumph, you don't know Di Vernon, one of the modern masters of close-up sleight of hand. He would do this routine where half of the deck is face down, and then half of the deck is face up, and then you have the selection. Now, the face-up pack gets shuffled into the face-down pile, and this looks something like this. Now, for your edification, I'm going to use what I call the convincing method. That looks something like this. This is a pretty good show of face-up cards and face-down cards going into one another. And then if you're so inclined to use some of the cutting displays, you can do that. But I just like to spread them and show it. That's a little more convincing. Oh, the selection. I forgot the selection. Here, let's shuffle it up. All right, so now we need to find the card. And if you don't like card tricks, well, you'll like this one. Okay, so we'll use the Ace of Diamonds, which is not the target card, but this will just provide extra mystery for the effect at hand as I turn back time. By the way, that's dramatic emphasis. So at home, you should ooh and ah as I turn back the clock about 43 seconds. If you remember earlier, all of the cards face the same direction. If you remember earlier, the target card was out here, and hey, if nothing else, it's a good time saver. That is the back end Triumph, and that's the name of that tune. Yeah, this one resonates. Jesse felt it in his ear hole. Osama back with another super sticker. Let me thank the patrons always. Thank you, guys. Felt that in your ear hole. I don't even know what that means, but I think I like it. So I've considered doing a tutorial for this for my members. If you don't know, I've done over 40 special tutorials or live events. I add to it regularly. That's what's in the membership. There's a link to that in the description below. I don't think I'm going to do this one because I cheat so hard. I'm going to give you guys a clue. For those of you that are fooled and want to know, this should clear everything up. Two things. This, and let me shuffle them again. And here, all students want to pay attention right now if you don't know the cheek to cheek deck. Yeah, that's right. Cheek to cheek. That'll fix everything. And that's the name of that tune. Dun, 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 dun. A few other things, but it's cheek to cheek. That's that. Any questions? All right. Typically, I would take questions, do a little educational skit. Today, it's magic tricks, and we're going to continue that. I wanted to do a nice loose 20 minutes, and we're going to continue with a small homage. An homage. Any more? I do. I do. Maybe remind me. I'll do some more later. I've been practicing one. Almost made the cut today, but I was high stress. I got a lot going on, so I dialed it down, and I did not do that. Look, you can Google the cheek-to-cheek deck. You can find it. You can just, go Google it. Do the work. Put in the leg room. So, sadly, this next piece is prefaced by sadness. This master magician left us. Wrong picture, Doug. Ah. I meant to change hats earlier for the magic show. I guess better late than never. That was my Martin Lewis impression. And this is Martin Lewis, who left the building. I'm sure he would be fine with me cracking a few jokes as we remember this master. And I'll tell you about this guy. When I started street performing back in the 80s, one of his tricks, Sidewalk Shuffle, a version of Ken Brooks' Chase the Ace and D-Land's Pick It Out. There's a long lineage, but Martin Lewis's Sidewalk Shuffle was a moneymaker for me. On the streets of Chicago, I made a living doing the sponge balls. I was talking to you, Jesse, about the sponge balls. I did that trick, and I did Sidewalk Shuffle and the Professor's Nightmare. That's what I paid the bills with in the 80s. Thank you, Martin Lewis. Throughout his life, he would influence me in a couple of ways, the least of which is this book, Martin's Miracles. And 6 months ago, I would have recommended that book to everyone. Now I'm going to put your attention on this project, which is his new book. Thankfully, he got to see it before he passed away. And he passed away last week. So yeah, this is a new book full of his magic. You've seen me do magic that has influence. If you've seen me do the Shrinking Queen, I use his Queenie, the Amazing Dancing Girl. I'd consider doing this today, but it's a bit procedural, his Technicolor Prediction. This is a great pack small, play big trick. You put this in your breast pocket. You can do this for the Superdome. That's how Martin thought. You've seen him do the cardiographic rising cards. David Copperfield featured that on television. He's gone, but not forgotten. Hey, where's that book? I don't even know if it's out yet, but it's coming out. If you care, you might want to get it. I'm going to do a Martin Lewis trick for you. Now, this is a trick that you've seen other magicians do, but look how cool Martin's version is. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for, well, it's not, I mean, it's Martin, but not really. It's his rendition of the spot card. The bonus here in me doing this is that you get to learn a trick. That's right. I teach you how to do it when I'm done doing it. And then you can go play magic in your own living room. Now, that should look like 3 spots and the back should look like 4. And that should look like a trick considering there's only 1 on this side. So that's the trick. 1 over here, 2 on the back of that one. There's 3 on the back of the 2 and then 4 on the front. The 1 to 6 spot card. We're only partway there. Here's the skinny. You can probably guess. You have a little extra spot. You just cover it up. Looks like 1. And on the side that looks like 2, well, we have 3. Now, the rest is a mind thing. It's an optical illusion, right? Because here you show 1, here you show 2. When you cover the blank space, your mind fills it in. So it looks like 3 or it looks like 4. Just if you do it rapidly. Now, occasionally, wow, recover. These are not the droids you seek. Occasionally, I'm sorry, Martin. Maybe he doesn't approve of this performance. I apologize. Occasionally, someone will ask you to move your hand. That's when you stick the sticker on real good. You got to stick it on real good, and then it can make it look like 3 spots. Or a little laser breath on the back makes it look like 4 spots. Now, if I can bring this home and make it look like 5, that's what Martin did. And then we make it look like it's 6 because it's a dice. It looks like a dice. And that's an appropriate conclusion to the 6-sided spot card. Thank you, Martin Lewis. And hey, rest in peace. I know you're going to be up there hanging out with Harry, talking about the stuff. Yeah, that's right, Matthew. I'm just covering it. The fun hate meter is strong with this one. So yeah, there we go. Now, what's next? Dun, 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 dun. Oh, I've been experimenting, but first I'm going to hydrate. And this is one that I almost cut. But I said, hey, we can share new things with our audience and not feel weird if things go bad. And I have just grown apathetic to even mistakes. So there, that's my current situation. I probably should care more, but I don't currently. How do you feel about the build-up for this trick? Here we go. This is one. Wow, when I think about this trick, This might have been the first gimmick trick that I ever had. It wasn't wooden. It wasn't nice. It was plastic. And I thought I was clever. I thought I was super clever by having more than one. And I could make the little ball, which would be in the vase. It would jump from one vase to another. And yeah, I did clever things. And I think it's interesting that 40 plus years later, I can still think up clever things. I'm thinking the front camera. Let me raise the. Yeah, we'll pretend this is my wife's egg cup. Let me get this out. We're going to make things a little more interesting, and I might use the wand, but probably not. Now, the tradition with the ball and vase is to put the ball in the pocket and make it come back. But I think this is going to be a little more impressive if I use a ball that is a better contrast, like a nice, like a white one. This will allow you to see it like when it comes out of the vase. It comes right through the. Now, alternatively, I could use some sleight of hand. Watch close. I could use some sleight of hand and pretend to make the ball appear inside the vase. But I'm going to take this one step further, and we're going to use the little red handkerchief. We're going to say the magic words, please work. As I poke the handkerchief in, it gets smaller and smaller. Now see if you can tell. It's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller and smaller. Eventually, it'll start to look like a little white. Yeah, and that's no holes. No, it's just a little white ball. And you guessed it, inside the vase, that's the little red handkerchief. And that's my current experiment with a little white ball, a cup, a ball, and a vase. Yeah. Thank you. Da-da, da-da-da-da. You know, it's the table for me. We'll all be watching Matthew Horowitz's rendition of this effect later on YouTube as he prepares his video performance of the piece. Thank you very much. I look forward to experimenting more with this combination. I mean, that is literally 2 days old. I have played with the ball and vase ad nauseum, but this version, which integrates a handkerchief in my attempts at using it, 2 days old. Who knows what else is possible? I'll tell you this. The thing that makes this work also allows this, right? So there's Jason Maher, my good friend, street magician dude. Jason Maher has used that to great advantage. So I could see integrating like the flip stick. I think that's what he did and produced it. I'm giving away Jason Maher secrets. But when I talk about extending this routine other directions, I think about moments like that. And yeah, I use a thumb tip, but if you go back and watch that, ooh, the construction, especially with a little practice, I'm pretty happy about this. Hey, Jimmy, I see you out there. Guess who's showing up at my house tomorrow? Bob Possible and company will be here to share some magic love in the hacienda. Maybe we'll get them on live for the Saturday morning session. Maybe I won't do a Saturday morning session, but that is the plan moving forward. By the way, that does complete. I'll maybe do one more trick, maybe, but that's like your magic show. That's your magic show. You're welcome. If you didn't like it, you can like it now. And then now we can talk about other things. Maybe you have a question. Maybe you have a request I could accommodate. And as I was saying, Bob Possible and company, 3 magi arriving in New Orleans tomorrow. I'm going to go pick them up and bring them to the house. I'm going to stay here a couple days. John, good to see you, man. I'm doing well, Noah. Thank you. Busy. No, Matthew, that's incorrect. Here's how you get prizes. You show love and care for the art. You show a sense of giving, passion, spewing out your guesses for tricks get you squadoosh in my house. Out of sight, out of mind. I don't like that trick. That's an interesting request. I don't like it. No. I could talk about why, but So Flush Brush. This is a evolution of Chris Kinner's Paint by Numbers from Out of Control. I cover all that history in all the tutorials, including the one in the members area. Thank you, Zacco. Matthew, what's up? Fee, that's going to Jesse Champlin. I hope you have received your package that I sent you last week, though. Huh? Something for your sister, something for you, because I know you care and you get stuff too. So instead what you get, Mr. We give everyone a chance and then you get put in timeout. That's where the fun haters go. It's so rare that I do that, but you're there. Congratulations. Thanks for the kind words, y'all. I do appreciate the unsolicited testimony for the memberships. I'll pass the word, Mike. I'm sure it's going to get weird up in here in the next couple days. Hey, and I don't forget either. So next time Mr. Horowitz shows up with his, I'm going to him right away. Oh, that's a good question. What's the purpose of close-up mats? Nathan wants to know. So in general, it's just to make things easier to pick up, especially playing cards. You go picking a playing card up off a table, and now you're digging into the edges, and it gets things gimpy. But if you have a close-up pad, it's like butter. It just picks right up. Some of the techniques used with coins and or cards where you need to secretly pick up a coin with a card off the table. Now a softer surface allows you to get under there and pick it up, stuff like that. So it's just, a soft surface to work on, and that's what it's for. Greetings, Jeff and Jason. Thank you. We will be wrapping up tight. You're appropriate to say thank you and all these nice words because in about 3 minutes, that will be game over today. I'm going to do one more because I need the reps. All right. There is a Discord. Please email me. This is for members, though. So, and not something I've curated well lately. Here's a little bit. I'll do it with sound effects. Whoosh, whoosh, like the kids do. Hold on. Let me redo that. Whoosh, whoosh, swish. Imagine this with some puffs of smoke and a nice soundtrack. There, we did that. I did it. So yeah, I've got things. I do. Some of them are at conjure.com. All right, here's our last piece. Let me get the reps in here. I'm going to tell you right ahead of time that I cheat by putting the knife. Let me put the white one under there. Put the white one under the box. If you can remember that the white one is under the box, now you're ahead of the game. And let's try and be coy with that. You can imagine if I did something else creative and amazing in between the introduction of the white knife. But we didn't plan ahead that far. So just watch the white knife and watch it as it appears to turn into a black knife and then back whoop into a white knife. Now, of course, this can be done. And if Matthew would hear, he'd tell us I'm just a good knife switcher. And I am. I've been practicing knife switching my whole life. I blame it on some bad job counseling I had back in the 80s when they told me to find skills no one else had and they didn't tell me what to do with it. It's knife switching. Now, you can do this yourself if you do like I do and hide the extra knife under the box. We don't want to expose the one inside the box till the end. So what do we have here? We have 2 white knives, 2 white ones. And then we have this, what they call a stag knife or a black knife. Sometimes I'll use the 2 black knives in contrast with the white pearl handle. This is a nice contrast with the 2 black ones, right? But for this particular exhibition, I think it's important that we use the white, black, white knives. This is just going to provide a better contrast for the Big Finish knife that's in the box. Yep, so there it is, number 6. That's all 6 knives. 1, 3, 4, 6. I'll count them for you now. Watch it, Fee. You're going to end up with Matthew. Here's a white knife, right? That's a white knife. That's knife number 1. This is a black knife. Look, no paddle move. Knife number 2. Here, we'll do the paddle moves now. That's a white knife. That's knife number 3. And that's a black knife. That's knife number 4. Now I have the other black knife. That's knife number 5. And then for the Big Finish, I keep the red knife. And yeah, that's a paddle move. But hey, look how clean that ends up. Everything in the pockets. We're ready to move on to our next miracle. Or in the case of this stream, we're just ready to say, thanks y'all for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little magic experience. If you have any questions about what I've done, I'm user friendly. You can drop me some comments. That does help the algorithm. So you can drop comments anyway. And then YouTube knows I'm trying to do things and get this right. But yeah, that's going to be a wrap on today's stream. Thanks for hanging out with me. And tune in Saturday, 9 a.m. It'll probably be weird, but I'll be here. If Bob's here, you never know. My pleasure, guys. Thanks for the kind words. And double thanks to the tippers. We always appreciate that. And if you want to continue getting my thanks, go join the membership. And I'll see you guys later. Ciao for now. Au revoir.